2024 has been an incredible year, filled with unforgettable adventures, amazing performances, and a ton of gaming fun. This year took me to some stunning places across the globe. I started with a magical trip to Lisbon, Portugal, where the food was mouth-watering and the city's beauty left me speechless. I also got to meet PT for the first time after knowing each other for around 5 years, which was awesome. Next up was my first visit to Canada, where I got to meet some of Simon's family in Toronto, caught amazing views of Niagara Falls, and saw beautiful sights in Montreal. We headed to Paris for the 2024 Summer Olympics, a once-in-a-lifetime experience to witness the world's best athletes in action. We caught swimming, boxing, beach volleyball, and athletics, including the final of the men's 100-meter sprint, which was pretty epic and a tight finish. I made my way to San Diego for my 5th TwitchCon with Blades, allowing me to connect with so many new and awesome people in person. And finally, we finished off with Comic-Con in London, where geek culture came alive. I got to travel there with Dead Pixel, Sprite Lady, Oblivionara, and Molliflower. We also got to attend a panel featuring the cast of Baldur's Gate 3, which was awesome. It was also one of the first times that I cosplayed at a convention, which made the overall experience better than my last time at Comic-Con. This year wasn't just about traveling, it was also packed with incredible performances. We saw The Lion King, Tina, Spirited Away, which was probably the best thing we saw all year, and I finally got to see Les Mis, all of which gave me chills. On the operatic side, we saw Madame Butterfly, La Traviata at the Royal Opera House, and Elixir of Love, an opera translated to English, which made it particularly different and fun. We also managed to catch live performances of the soundtrack from Assassin's Creed games, as well as one of the BBC prom nights at the Royal Albert Hall. And then there were the concerts and festivals. I saw Doja Cat with Molliflower, went to see my first ever music festival at Wireless to see the likes of Shana, Ice Spice, Nicki Minaj, more Doja Cat, and more. I also surprised Simon by taking him to see the artist of his favourite album of all time, Lauryn Hill. Music and theatre really made 2024 unforgettable. You know I can't talk about the year without mentioning the games we played together. The biggest and most time-consuming games we played this year were Persona 3 Reload, which I have still yet to complete. We finally completed our first group playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, which was such an incredible game, and very deserving of my top spot as Game of the Year last year. That wasn't the only long-running game we completed. There was also Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man 2, A Hat in Time, and the masterpiece that is Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which inspired my very first tattoo. We had our fair share of horror games, including Silent Hill: The Short Message, Silent Hill 2, and a couple of awesome indie games. The Exit 8, which is basically a horror spot the difference game, which also happened to inspire our next game, The Cabin Factory. I'm running upstairs. No, you're not getting me. You're not getting me. Oh, for frick's sake. We solved cryptic, creepy puzzles in Amanda the Adventurer, which is basically a horror game version of Dora the Explorer. We played through the captivating Somerville. This cinematic puzzle platformer is a visual masterpiece with its stunning hand-drawn art style and emotional storytelling. Next, we delved into the culinary adventure Venba, where we cooked delicious Indian dishes, cried a tear or two over the super emotional story, and explored the rich culture of South India. Another game inspired by South Indian culture is Thirsty Suitors, a hilarious game where you try to fend off thirsty men and women. We also dipped into some experimental titles like Slay the Princess, a game with boggling amounts of dialogue options and game outcomes. We tackled strategy in Frostpunk 2 and attempted to run our own creepy farm in We Harvest Shadows. Plus, we ventured into MMO territory with New World Aeternum, an expansion for the MMO New World, and a brand new MMO from the developers of Guild Wars 2, Throne and Liberty, which had a cool unique distinct feature where you could transform into different animals for faster traversal. We even enjoyed some nostalgic fun with Goodboy Galaxy, a game made for the Game Boy Advance by a couple of my uni friends. We recently started the creepy Still Wakes the Deep, a game where you're stuck on an oil rig and some crazy shit goes down. By contrast, we enjoyed the serene puzzles of Botany Manor and speedy fun of Sonic X Shadow Generation. On the multiplayer side of things, we played loads of endless matches in Overwatch 2. We occasionally jumped into some games of Fortnite to see what new and crazy collaborations there were. My favorite this year had to be Avatar: The Last Airbender though. We jumped into the intense battlefield of Hell Let Loose, where teamwork and communication are key to victory. Then we unleashed our inner child with the nostalgic Pokemon ripoff, Palworld, where you build your own monster town and battle with adorable creatures. For those who enjoy high-octane action, Helldivers 2 was amazing chaotic fun, and Off the Grid was yet another battle royale game with some interesting quirks. Full damage. Nice.
Damn it! Lost my legs!
Your team has completely eliminated the enemy squad.
We blasted through the explosive Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and engaged in epic showdowns in Marvel Rivals, the Overwatch killer. We really enjoyed playing Deadlock, a new game from Valve that combines MOBAs and a third-person shooter. We also tried Supervive, a game that combines the MOBA genre and battle royales, which was really cool and new. Games still very much on my list to play through include Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We played through Intergrade near the beginning of the year, which I loved, and we started Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but unfortunately I got too preoccupied by other games and never got back to it. Also, Jedi Survivor is another game that we've started and I plan on completing at some point because it's awesome. We also played Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, which was just as atmospheric and intense as the last game. And we can't forget all the moments of sass from chat. Yes, I'm talking about you. I did so shy. You get to see. Shut up.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Wow. So savage. 2024 was a solid year for TV and movies. The standout for me was Arcane Season 2, which had outstanding art style and great storytelling as well. The live-action Netflix adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender was cringe, but also pretty cool. The Umbrella Academy Season 4 had a wild conclusion, but was a great series overall. I've started and yet to finish One Piece live action, which is great at summarizing the long-winded anime series. Heartstopper Season 3 was pretty emotional and heavy-hitting, but still today one of my favorite gay series ever. His House was the best horror movie I saw this year. Rustin was absolutely beautiful. Supercell, where my cousin was the cinematographer, was an awesome South London superhero type series that was shocking and amazing. We saw Dune 2 in IMAX, which was amazing. Star Wars could definitely learn a thing or two. A Quiet Place Day One was a creepy silent horror film. Bob Marley, One Love. We witnessed some Vatican drama with Conclave, the origins of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Wonka, the steamy tennis drama with The Challengers. Finally, I obsessed over Wicked after seeing it in theaters. This was a list of all the movies I've seen myself personally. However, in comparison to previous years, I've definitely been slacking in organizing and getting our movie/anime/binge watching nights together. So I apologize and I'll try to make these better in the future. We have a content suggestion channel in the Discord where you can drop any media you'd be interested in watching together. So please make sure you do so, and if any of you would like to help me organise our watch parties, feel free to hit me up. We also raised £320 for Calm at the end of this year, during this year's Jingle Jam. Here are the social media statistics for this year as well. I'd appreciate the heck out of you if you made sure you followed all of these platforms, including now Blue Sky. I've tried to keep this year's wrap up shorter than last year, so thank you for watching and thank you for your patience with me getting videos out. I've come to the realization that I can't really keep up with all the editing that needs to happen, so I'm looking for a video editor. If you know any good ones or you are an editor yourself, please hit me up and let's see if we can work together. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a fantastic 2025. Until the next video, this is GoldKarat's signing out. Peace.